Do you like talking about AI yet?
I don't mind it.
I don't like it, and so I'm gonna jump in.
Go ahead.
Here's why. I think, and I've heard people talking about it for so long now, of like it's disrupting over here, it's disrupting over there, and I think when used properly, you can use a lot. But I was listening to a podcast recently, and they were talking about how we thought it was going to go this way, and what it's really done has been more of like creative help.
Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece?
Like I've seen a lot of copywriters use it to shorten their cycle, right? So they're using it to write, get it, what we ask all the time, right? Like get it to like 60, 80% done, and then I can come in and put some tweaks on it.
Very nice.
To get it to the finish line.
Yeah, it's a starting point.
Right. So I think it's helped with productivity.
Yeah.
But like in real estate specifically, I don't think people know how to use it. Like, can I use it to write a better, listing description on an MLS listing?
No, I think that's a mistake. I think
Right.
I see agents try to use it for that, but I did a course on how to write listing descriptions that people would crawl over broken glass naked to go see the house because there's a lot of psychology in that, and that's not something that AI is going to use. It's going to use like a culmination of different things that's found that are listing descriptions that probably suck, right? I think the challenge with AI and really the opportunity is that as that becomes more ubiquitous, people are going to crave more genuine human interactions. One of the reasons why I got over my desire to not be in any way public facing within the company that we have was because I realized that doing that gives you a competitive advantage that people can't copy, right? They can't copy you. And so a good example of that is ClickFunnels and Go High Level. Like Go High Level has more bells and whistles. They got better things to offer, but nobody's going to copy Brunson. And so he's got staying power, right? And so he's built a tribe of people that like and trust him, that are going to continue to follow him and use his products. And so it's the same in real estate. In real estate, people want to do business with people, right? And the more you can have yourself out there, the more genuine interactions that you can have, the more you're going to build a long-term competitive advantage that people aren't going to be able to knock off and copy. They can copy your USP, they can copy your ads, and your color scheme. They can even copy the color shirts that you wear in your ads. I've had that happen, right? And it's a little bit disheartening, but they can't copy you.
Yep.
And I think with AI, like people are all ate up about it, and I do think that there's a lot of opportunity in the future. I don't see it converting leads. I don't see it setting appointments effectively yet. I don't see it ever, helping to sell a home. What was it? Somebody was talking about creating something around AI to help sell the home. And I was like, yeah, that's just not going to work because people do business with people, and this is a very people-centric business.
Right.
Yeah, I think leveraging AI to get more productivity is probably the best until we get it to a further state.
And what is the intention, right? Like you want to use AI just to be able to say that you're using AI, or like the only people that can get a ton of real value at it at this point, I think, are the big teams that have like pretty decent overhead or getting to borderline massive overhead, because it can help shave some positions, or at least some productivity of some of those positions, which matter. Like you're a single agent, you're selling 1 or 2 houses a year. Like there's nothing AI can do that's going to like free up a massive amount of time that's going to unlock you to sell 3 or 4 homes a year.
Yeah, it's not going to move the needle there, so to speak.
Yeah,
I think people put a lot of emphasis on the importance of it, and it's just premature.
Yeah.
I we're in masterminds, we're in different groups where they're like talking about cutting edge AI stuff. There are things that are happening now where like insurance companies are training, their adjusters to be able to leverage AI to train the tool to be able to spit those things out. I think that's cool. Maybe some transaction coordination possibly in the future, possibly even listing coordination. But at the end of the day, they want to hear from you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think especially with content, I hope that AI takes over the internet via content, because then it'll just be so easy to cut through the noise.
Yeah. And I know that somebody told us like if you aren't willing to go in and learn how to, because like managing AI is a skill now.
Yeah.
So there are people that have become good at that already.
Yeah.
So if you can, like the suggestion, one of our mastermind was like, if you're not going to dedicate yourself into learning how to manage it, then find someone that's going to do that you can hire in your company that will, but then it's like, now you're paying somebody to manage it. So like how much money are you actually saving or how much productivity are you actually creating by doing it? And it's just like, I'm probably a late adopter in this one on thinking the impact that it can make. Like
it's just not there yet. It's okay.
Yeah.
For most businesses,
Yeah. And there's some that are absolutely like, we hear people that are like, oh, it's been a game changer for me and blah, 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 blah. But I just haven't.
In real estate, when social media came on the scene, like people who had bigger teams rushed to get social media managers, and they would joke like, "Oh, this is my social media manager. I don't know what they do, but I'm paying them to do it." And it's like, yeah, that's probably not a good business decision. And it's the same with AI. Like you hire some AI handler to do AI in your business. It's like, what does that bring to the bottom line? Right?
Yep.
Will it get there? I hope so. I think so.
So real verse content. Hopefully AI just takes it over. Assuming it's fucking content creators.
Yeah. They're the worst.
Seriously.
Social media manager. Right?
Yeah.
Don't know what those guys do.
Very hairy.
Somebody's sensitive today.
Right.
I'm telling you what. No. Now we have an understanding, right? Of social media and like what the goal is and why they should have somebody do that portion of their business. But back then it was just like, oh, I got to hurry so I don't get left behind. And I think in real estate, I was looking the other day, the average age of real estate age is like 62 now. And so I think there's a lot more of like, oh, I don't want to miss out on this thing, so I got to get ahead of it. And I see a lot of people, taking advantage of that in marketing and headlines. Perry wrote one, AI will kill your business in the next 3 years,
Right.
or double it.
Your choice.
Yeah. And he's going after a different market, and he's got a lot of really valuable things to say. So I'm not knocking him at all. But what I am saying is there's just a lot of fear mongering around the next big thing. When Snapchat came out, same thing, like, oh, you got to be on Snapchat in the real estate industry, and then not really.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting the fear of missing out and being like one of the early adopters into things, and then the things that just have fallen flat on their face.
Yeah, well, TikTok's another good one. Yeah, for real estate, it hasn't really had an impact on a lot of real estate ads, a lot of real estate followings. If you're not good at dancing, it's probably not for you.
Are you good at dancing?
I think that I am, but I think that if you're watching, you probably disagree. You're like, yeah, don't do that anymore. I'm certainly not on camera. Yeah.
Looks like he's falling down vertically.
I hear the best to Moana.
What do you mean?
Moana soundtrack.
Yeah.
I hear you can dance well to the Moana soundtrack.
I can dance to anything. Except for choreographed dances on TikTok.
That's fair. That is fair.